So students, today we are going to start our sixth unit of business studies, which is social responsibility of business. So let me tell you what is actually the concept of social responsibility. Students, social responsibility is totally a fundamental and ethical concept. Business organization always works in a society. I have already told you that a business always works in a society. So, when a business is operating in a society, automatically it has certain obligations towards the society in which it is working. So, the obligations, maybe you can say that it should help the society to uh, fight with the various types of social issues, and the firm should also help the society not merely on the economic goods and services but on other aspects also, that we will come to know later. So you can say that simply a social responsibility is an obligation of business firm to contribute resources for solving social problems and work in a socially desirable manner. So now let us come to the kinds of social responsibility. So students, we have generally four types of social responsibility, which are legal responsibility, economic responsibility, ethical responsibility, and discretionary responsibility. So now let us start with first, which is legal responsibility. Simply legal responsibility, you can say that a business has to follow the laws, the rules and regulation laid down by the government of the country in which it is operating. It means that whenever a firm is working in any country, it should always respect the laws which are framed by the country. For example, like payment of tax regularly and honestly. Now let us come to the second point, which is economic responsibility. A business enterprise is basically an economic entity, and its primary social responsibility is economic. That is, its main function is to produce goods and services according to the needs of the customer. This is the economic responsibility of the firm. Now, third is ethical responsibility. Ethical responsibility means the behavior of a business which is expected by the society, but it is not codified under law. For example, a business should always respect the religious sentiments of the people. And the fourth one is discretionary responsibility. It means voluntary obligations that a business firms assumes. Like business firms can do can open various schools and hospitals. They can help in providing the funds for the flood affected areas, for the earthquake affected areas, and firms can generate employment for the physically handicapped people and all. So these were the four kinds of, you can say, social responsibilities. Now let us come to the social responsibility towards different interest group. As you know that a business is a socio-economic institution, so it has various interest groups associated with it. For example, the various social groups are the shareholders, or you can say the owners, the workers, the consumers, and the government, the community. So now let us start our topic, which is social responsibility towards interest of various groups. So the first is responsibility towards the shareholders. Here we will understand that what is the responsibility of a business firm towards its shareholder. The first is to ensure a fair and regular return on the investment of shareholders. Second, to ensure the safety of their investment. Whatever the investment shareholders are doing, it's the responsibility of business firm to ensure its safety. The third is to strengthen the financial position of the company. It means that the firm should always work upon strengthening the financial conditions so that the shareholders can get maximum profit. The fourth is to safeguard the assets of business. The fifth is to protect the interest of all types of investors in the business. Now, the second point is responsibility towards workers. The persons who are working for the organization. The firm has got you can say certain responsibilities towards them also. Now let us discuss them point by point. The first one is providing fair compensation and benefit. Second is providing good and safe working conditions. Obviously the firm should always provide a better working conditions. We have discussed it before also. to develop a sense of belongingness. So these were the few points which a firm should follow towards the workers. The third is responsibility towards consumers. So firm is also having certain responsibilities towards consumers. Now let us study those responsibilities. First is to supply right quality of goods and services. Second is to ensure regular and adequate supply of products, to inform them about new products and uses of existing products, and to handle the customer grievances properly. It basically means that the firm should function its all the responsibilities very effectively towards its customers. The fourth point is responsibility towards government. The firm also has the responsibility towards government, which are paying off tax honestly and following all the rules and regulations, and it should not follow any malpractice, or you can say some others, avoid any holdings, black marketing, or any other activities which are not allowed by the government. The next is responsibility towards community. So the first is to make available opportunities for employment. A firm should always provide various opportunities for the people for getting employment. Second is to avoid polluting the environment. The firm should always avoid to pollute the environment. It should uplift the weaker sections of the society. So now the next topic is need for social responsibility. Here we will understand that what is the need of social responsibility. There are the few points which we will discuss. The number one is justification for existence and growth. Business is the creation of society, therefore it should respond according to the demands of the society. To survive and grow in society for long run, the business must provide continuous service to the society. This point says that if a business wants to continue its life for a longer time, then it must provide good services to the society members. Now, the second point is long term interest of the firm. In order to survive for a long term, a firm should always work upon enhancing its image and building the goodwill towards the consumers, so that the consumers may be always feel trustworthy and they always feel a sense of belongingness towards the organization. The third point is avoidance of government regulations. Business can avoid the problems of government regulations by voluntarily assuming the social responsibility. It's an rule that a government, it's a rule by the government that a business firm should always do the social responsibility, and if a firm is doing it by itself, it's a very good thing, and a firm can always avoid regulations in that way. The next point is availability of resources with business. A business has valuable financial and human resource which it can use for solving problems of the society. The next point is better environment for doing business. It is the social responsibility of business enterprise to provide better working conditions and better quality of life and standard of living to the people. So business will get better community to conduct business. The next point is contribution to social problems. A business should always volunteer in contributing the social problems, it should creation of unsafe workplaces. It should avoid discriminations. Therefore, it is a moral obligation of business to solve such problems. The next point we will study is environmental protection. So it's very important for an organization to protect the natural resources, to protect the environmental resources, and improve the quality of environment. So here we will study what is a need for pollution control. You already know that a pollution is the major issue with the country. So here we are going to study that what is the need of controlling the pollution. So the first point is to ensure healthy life. Obviously, if you want to live in a healthy, if you want to live a healthy life, you should always try, the business should always try to reduce the pollution, because the pollutant can cause various hazardous diseases. So the next point is to ensure the safety. So due to environmental pollution and smoke, and the visibility is reducing, due to which chances of accidents have been increasing. To reduce the number of accident, there must be a check on pollution. So this is the second point. The third point is economic losses. Pollutants in the environment bring heavy economic losses for the country. You already know that pollutants you have studied in your junior classes, like Taj Mahal is losing its beauty due to the pollution content. The next point is improved public image. If a firm adopts the pollution control measures, then it enjoys a better public image. The next point is reduce risk of liability. It is the sound business policy to install pollution control devices to reduce the risk of liability to pay compensations to the affected people because of the toxin gases, liquid and solid waste, etc. released into the environment. So the last topic is role of business in environmental protection. Here we will study what is the role of business in environmental protection. So the first point is the top management of the enterprise should be committed to create and maintain and develop work culture for the environmental protection and pollution control. This commitment should be shared throughout the enterprise by all the divisions of the employees, by all the divisions and employees. It means that top management should create such policies, should create such work culture that will help in protecting the environment. And the same policies should be uh, transferred to its all its employees and all its workers. The next point is clear cut policies program should be framed for purchasing good quality of raw materials, employing superior technology, using scientific techniques of disposal of waste. The third is the enterprise should comply with the laws and regulations enacted by the government for prevention of pollution control. The fourth is the enterprise should participate in government programs related to management of the hazardous substances, plantation of trees, checking deforestation, etc. The next is suitable mechanism should be established for periodical assessment of pollution control programs in terms of cost and benefits. And the last one is the enterprise should arrange educational workshops and training in pollution control for its employees. So, students, I hope this topic is clear to you. And again, we will revise these topics in our Google Meet. So, thank you for watching the video.